Okay, so this is a Ford 2N, 9N, something or other. I think it's a 39 is the serial number. For this front bushing, let me show you what the replacement one looks like here, if I can find it. Here's the replacement one. You got to take off your radiator and the like, all things like that. Take your radiator off, anything that's in the way. Probably want to get yourself, if it's never been changed before, just a piece of sheet metal. Stick down in there, like so. Kind of guard your ignition stuff and probably your oil seal. And then get yourself a little chisel. Sorry if this is kind of shaky, I'm new at this. But you get yourself a chisel, sharpen it up, make it flat on one side, or a punch, whatever you got. And to start, this was facing down, obviously, and there's a bolt through there. Take that bolt out. And first thing I tried to do was put a pipe wrench on it and turn it. And that was no bueno. So then I heated it up real good with it's a Tiger torch or whatever. I don't have a different torch. And then after you heat her up, careful not to start a fire, but maybe spray a little oil in there after it cools down a little bit. Then get this in behind there and just start beating on it. Alternate beating behind there and beating on the face. And eventually you'll start seeing rust fall out and whatnot. And then get on there with this and just wiggle her a little back and forth. And I'll update more as it goes on. You obviously want to support the tractor because you're not going to be holding on to it anymore. And I'm not sure how it's going to go with the axle. You might want to support that too. I might have to shore that up. Alright, thanks. Okay, here's the game plan. This is part 2. It's the only way I know how to do these. I'm making this video mostly because I could not find a good one or a practical one. So here's part 2 in the game plan. I told you I was gonna have to shore up the axle, but if you're real careful and do not put your fingers anywhere in here at any time during this, use tools and just stay out of the way, or do it at your own risk, however you want to do it. But instead of lifting up the axle and doing all that, I'm going to take this cooling fan off and I'm going to lower the jack more to where the axle just rests above. I'll knock out that little sleeve. I'll insert the new one. I'll jack it back up, put the pin back in. All done. There's the old one. Something to note is you got to pay attention to if this starts separating, because you do not want to break that ear off there. You will never be able to get it out easily. Secondly, right in here where that pin goes through, let me use this wrench to show you, that pin goes right through here. Do not pry or hit that. It's cast iron, I think, and I could see it bending. I could probably bend it with this wrench if I wanted to, and it will break, and it's a probably expensive big piece. So like I said, do it at your own risk. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this cooling fan off. I'll give you a part 3 with it installed, but basically I'll give you a visual here so you can see what's going down. So the tires are on the ground. I got a block under the tractor in case it was to fall for some reason, just for whatever. And so what I'm doing is very gingerly, you can just watch, the cooling fan needs to come off obviously, but you're just letting that down until it comes above so you can reinsert the new sleeve. Alright, thanks. Okay, here's the last installation of this little journey here. Not going to bore you guys much more. Obviously, the thing came off, the cooling fan came off pretty easily. Also, the bearing came out, bushing came out easily. You may want to clean this face back up, grind it a little bit, make sure there's no burrs in here. And also make sure that this shouldn't be hard to go in. You need to clean this hole out before you insert this. This is the new bushing. And the old one is right here. You can see it was not very good. Before you put this in, at least wire brush that out so that it doesn't get clogged on you as you're going in. And it should just tap in with a block of wood. Hit it squarely. But it should just tap in. If it's any more than that, don't force it in there. Not a bad idea to order 2 of them, just in case, or an extra. Also, as you're coming down with that jack, make sure you got clearance everywhere. I got kind of close right here, actually. So I took that cap off until I got situated, and I fitted it back in. And you want to keep these caps on, if you can, while you're grinding and stuff, because that's a direct access into your motor. So, one more note. I don't know if you guys noticed as I was letting it down, when I first beat that pin out, I ran my pipe wrench in there. Anything will work. Just to help hold this axle from falling as you're pulling that pin out. So that's it. Hope this was helpful. Thanks.